Dear audience, am I audible from here? The audience says no. Hello. Am I audible from here?
Yes.
We are going to perform Macbeth, the tragedy of Macbeth, King of Scotland. People who are inside the gathering who know the story, you know the story. People who do not know, you will know now. I'm not talking much about the how Macbeth goes on, but let us have a personal experience of a full-scale performance of 25 minutes from different departments. This is a Natyalaya SRM University Sikkim production, and we invite the witches for scene 1.
Fair is foul and foul is fair. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Who were to fall?
Enter Macbeth and Banquo, exhausted but victorious, trekking on a bleak heath beneath a darkening sky. The silence is heavy, broken only by the distant cawing of the ravens.
The radio is heavy. Almost as something unseen watches us. A Bangkok, ground beneath us shows uncalling. Let us not waste any time informing King Duncan's of our will.
Hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Canon of Damas. Hail Macbeth, hail to thee, King of Powder. Hail Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter.
What madness is this? You speak in riddles, you old crown. I'm the Thane of Glamis. But what about Thane of Cawdor? And King, you can't be serious. Such honors are not mine to claim. You grant them titles of such grandeur. But what of me? What news you bring of Banquo?
Hail, lesser than Macbeth, but greater. Not so happy, yet much happier. Thou shalt be king, thou be none, so all hail Banquo.
The witches cackle, a horrible sound that terrifies both men before disappearing into the mist as mysteriously as they emerged.
What madness was that, Banquo? Thane of Cawdor and King. You watch now at my mind, Banquo. Beware, Macbeth. These witches speak in riddles. Their prophecies could lead us into a trap.
Scene 2. Macbeth sits in his tent, a single candle illuminating the space. A fresh parchment lies before him, and he dips his quill in ink, beginning a letter to his wife, Lady Macbeth. Macbeth writes, "The widest words came to my ears today, my darling lady. 3 witches emerged from the mist, their words filled with dark wisdom and terrifying prophecy. They talked of unearned honors and titles, and how I would one day be crowned king. I write this not out of belief, but not of a odd curiosity that rips at my heartstrings. Could such wealth be in store for us? Or is this a cruel joke? Macbeth pauses while writing, the quill hovering as if uncertain, then continues writing. Macbeth writes again. They also spoke of you, of how you may yet hold greater power than you know. I feel a stirring within me that I cannot ignore, a hunger kindled by their wars, but I remain cautious as Banquo advised. These promises may be nothing more than shadows in fog leading us astray. Macbeth finishes the letter, folds it with care, and hands it to the attendant.
Take this to Lady Macbeth and tell her it's urgent that she reads my words.
Act 2, Scene 1. Macbeth and Banquo meet King Duncan.
Hail, King, hail, my lord.
Brave Macbeth, your valor has won the day and has shown what a loyal, truly warrior you are. And as a reward, you are now Thane of Cawdor.
They're of Cawdor, my lord. Can it be true? The witches spoke the truth. Be cautious, Macbeth. The words of the strange sisters mean to unsettle us. Their prophecies could hold more than just danger.
Macbeth returns to his castle, while Lady Macbeth awaits him eagerly, holding the letter from her husband. Lady Macbeth.
My noble husband, the prophecy of the witches fills me with hope. Thane of Cawdor, and soon much more. You shall be King Macbeth.
Gods trouble me, my dear wife. They speak of greatness, but at what cost such power come?
We must seize this moment, Macbeth. Duncan stands in our way. He will sleep in our castle tonight. And tonight, he must not wake.
No, I will not be the butcher of the king. He trusts me. He's our guest, and it would be a betrayal beyond any judgment.
Are you so weak, my husband? We must not let this chance slip by. I see a man's heart, yet I see a coward's soul. We cannot let this chance slip by. I know you don't want to be the king, but I want to be the queen of Scotland.
Scene 3. King Duncan arrives at Macbeth's castle. Macbeth and Lady Macbeth put on their most gracious faces, pretending to welcome him warmly. The porter stands at the gate, muttering to himself as he hears the guests arriving.
Who's there? If a man were to be porter of hell, he'd turn over turning the key all damn time. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Ah, this castle seems to be welcoming all sorts of damn fools tonight.
What a splendid and welcoming castle you have, Macbeth. Thank you, my lord. I can already sense a warmth in you. It feels like heaven, heaven of safety and trust.
If only knew you, what fate awaits, my lord.
Macbeth forces a smile as he leads Duncan inside, though his thoughts are turbulent and dark. Later that night, Lady Macbeth presses Macbeth to fulfill their dark intentions. Macbeth, under her relentless persuasion, finally acts. Lady Macbeth waits in the chamber, pacing anxiously.
It is done. It is done. I have ended his life. His blood stains my hand, and I feel the weight of spirit touching down upon me.
Wash your hands. What's done cannot be undone, Macbeth. We must be strong now. What's done cannot be undone. We must be strong now. We must be.
Lady Macbeth takes Macbeth's bloodstained hands, steadying him as they brace themselves for what lies ahead. Act 3, Scene 1. A grand hall in the royal castle. Macbeth stands alone, staring pensively out a window as thunder rumbles in the distance. He clenches his fists, his mind racing with dark thoughts.
Please don't make a constant reminder of what witches foretold. He and friends must die. So, do not fill me.
The vast hall is now turned into a celebratory setting. Torches flicker, and noblemen and women laugh and converse while enjoying a lavish feast. At the head of the table, Macbeth sits, his gaze darting about the room. Lady Macbeth observes him with concern. Sensing his disquiet, Macbeth's gaze freezes, and his face pales as he stares at an empty chair where Banquo's ghost has appeared only to him. Dear audience, we need to remember Banquo was killed by Macbeth in the supra ambition of becoming the king and retain as the king of Scotland. How we are performing that is already more than 1 minute and there is minute of silence in the room. That means we are acting properly. Right. King Macbeth is coming to you, waiting to confirm Banquo's ghost for the first time. Repeating, Macbeth's gaze freezes and his face pales as he stares at an empty chair where Banquo's ghost has appeared only to him.
Who chased them? Banquo? It cannot be.
My lord, you see nothing. You're the king of Scotland. There's no one there. Only your own guilt.
You cannot escape your guilt.
Macbeth, mark my words, the crown you wear stained with the blood of the innocent.
Why do you hunt me? Why do you want to hunt me? Leave me in peace. Leave me in peace.
You shame yourself, Macbeth. This is a feast for the lords of Scotland. Everyone is here. You are the king. Regain your senses. Be strong.
Macbeth, shaking, sits back in his chair, visibly distressed, while Lady Macbeth gestures for the music to continue. The guests resume their conversations, but whispers of fear and suspicion ripple through the room. Scene 3, a dark and lonely clearing. Removing the things. A dark and lonely clearing, Macduff and Malcolm, the legitimate successor of King Duncan, stand together. Sheltered from the cold air and the cold night, the air is thick with tension as they exchange grave stares. The weight of their decision reflected in their expressions.
This tyranny has gone for too long. Macbeth's rule drips with innocent blood. He murders his friends, turns on his allies. We cannot let this horror to continue. He betrayed our kingdom, defiled my father's throne. We must unite, raise an army, and take the castle. For Scotland and for justice. To the ones who suffered, the time for fear is over. We must unite and strike and end this madness.
The clasped hands, sealing their pact to overthrow Macbeth, their eyes blazing with determination as they prepare to reclaim Scotland from the clutches of a tyrant. Act 4, Scene 1, Lady Macduff's chamber. Lady Macduff sits by the fire, holding her young son close. Her voice is a mixture of fear and sorrow, and she glances nervously at the door as if expecting someone to come.
Where is your father, my son? He has left us, defenseless and forgotten.
Mama, he's not a traitor. My father is brave, and he loves us.
Yet he has fled, leaving us to danger. The world is full of traitors and liars. We are not safe here.
Where's Macduff?
You'll never find him. He has left us, abandoned us to the monsters like you.
Then you and your son will pay the price for his betrayal.
No,
Here.
no.
Goes into Lady Macbeth's chamber. Late at night, the room is dim, filled with shadows, as if darkness itself weighs down on her. Two attendants, attendant 1 and attendant 2, watch her from a distance, their faces fearful and tense.
You want us through the halls every night. The motto of the blood is death. Like, keep track in the dark deep that she can't get rid of. Quiet, she's coming this way. Keep silent. Watch her.
There is God. It's it. 1, 2. It's the hour. It must be done. Murky. But why did we fail? When no one can hold us to account for what we have done. Who thought this old man had so much of blood in him?
You feel tormented by what has done. Like she can't get rid of the blood Sikkim. He's speaking of the king they murdered. The king and everything are alive.
Queen of it, hide away. May she not reach down. The smell of blood still clings to my hand. No, and all the perfume of burning yet no wash away the smell of blood from my hand.
It's pure than it has now. So is probably the king. You tell the king? He wouldn't care. He's starting to. Let her be. Nobody can save her now.
Don't look so bad. Wash your hands. Don't look so bad. What's done cannot be undone. What's done cannot be undone. Too bad. Too bad.
Scene 3. Later that night, in Macbeth's private chambers, the atmosphere is oppressive, filled with the weight of betrayal and bloodshed. An attendant approaches Macbeth with a solemn expression.
She should have died later. There have been no time for such a word. Now, I don't have time to grieve. No space for sorrow. I'm surrounded by blood, by shadows, by nothing.
He stares into the distance, seeing nothing but death and emptiness. The messenger slowly approaches, hesitant.
My lord, the army draws closer. The burning forest moves against us.
Macbeth is silent. The weight of prophecy, betrayal, and fate pressing upon him. Scene 4, Macbeth's chamber. Hours later, the sounds of battle echo faintly. He stands alone, his face etched with regret and madness. He speaks as if to himself, reflecting on all he has lost.
I have lived alone. Life is a walking cell, a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
He gazes into the darkness, a figure broken by ambition and guilt, as the sounds of the advancing army grow louder. Act 5, Scene 1, Macduff and Malcolm approach Macbeth's castle with their army, camouflaged with branches from Barnamoot.
We approach. Macbeth will never see us coming. And by morning, Scotland will be free from this tyranny. Our people have suffered for far too long. His greed, his violence, tonight is done.
Macduff and Malcolm signal to the soldiers who advance stealthily toward the castle. The rustling sound of the branches and the low hum of footsteps blend with the night sounds as they close in. Scene 2, inside Macbeth's castle, the throne room is cast in shadows, flickering candlelight, revealing the stone walls. Macbeth stands at the center, gripping his sword, his face lined with exhaustion and rage. He hears distant cries from the battle outside, each sound bringing the threat closer. He breathes heavily, gathering his last reserves of strength. Suddenly, Macduff storms into the room, his gaze icy and resolved.
Time is up.
His throne.
The time is up, time. You have Scotland has false your ambition of your cruelty. Scotland has bleed enough of your cruelty and ambition.
Do you think you can kill me? King Macbeth, that is my name. No man born of woman can harm me. This throne is mine. The man who can beat me has not been born yet.
Fate has misled you, Macbeth. I was not born of a woman in an ordinary way. I was ripped from my mother's womb. Your so-called fate cannot protect you from me.
The two men fight fiercely. Finally, Macbeth finds an opening and in one fast action strikes his sword into Macbeth. Macbeth stumbles, dropping his sword as he falls to the floor, defeated.
This crown is not yours. The tyrant is dead. Order shall be restored, and Scotland will know peace once more.
Hail, Malcolm!
Hail, Malcolm!
The soldiers who have gathered outside the throne room erupt into cheers, their voices crying the promise of the new beginning. Malcolm steps forward, his face solemn as he looks upon the fallen Macbeth and the gathered army.
Today, we cast out the darkness that has once plagued the land. Together, we shall reveal what we had once lost. Scotland shall rise again.
We know that Macbeth dies, but Shakespeare said Macbeth is everyone. Macbeth died, but his intentions did not. Macbeths will come back ever and ever. Thank you. Everyone, please. The cast and the crew and whoever was attached and even not attached to this.
Excuse my person.
Everyone, Nishal, Kashi, Willem, Ajay. We have special guests with us, students, our MDC kids, again, who were having a first-hand experience of watching a play before their eyes. They do not know. I'm just telling you that you have an assignment on this, by the way. You have to submit the assignment by tomorrow and day after. We had least time to prepare. Everyone was extremely busy along with us in conducting the literary fest ODC 2024. But at the end of the day, I was pretty confident that since they are there, Milton never described Satan's friends as his friends. He told that Satan's minions. So here, if they are my minions, I don't know. I don't want to consider myself a Satan. But the way I behaved with them for all this 1 week, 2 weeks, I was, what should I say, outstandingly rude. Even today, when we were having the stage rehearsals in this room, I scolded Khushbu because Khushbu was not being able to understand or catch the cue. But the way they did it today, I was sleeping. I was having a very peaceful sleep at night because I knew that if they're saying that no, sir, we can do that, they will do that, and they did that, I guess. For you acquaintances, you know, as far as the appearances are concerned, Ritesh Rizal as Macbeth. Showing as Banco. Nischal as what was your role? Attendant one and murderer one. And attendant murderer sort of kind of a thing. William as the porter. Knock, knock, knock. Samyo as Malcolm. Attendant 2, murderer 2. Million times he has become the attendant in this play. Ajay as the infant son of Lady Macduff. Shelika, Lady Macduff from beginning. We tried to experiment with something. We tried to keep 2 Lady Macbeths in our play. Lady Macbeth 1, Prenarai. Which one? The first witch. I was telling them that we have been witched through weeks. Tamanna, which one? Khushbu, which 2? Eden, which 3? Sange. What was your role? Macduff. Macduff, Sange, our king, even Macbeth's king, King Duncan Jr. Lights and sounds, sample and obeyed. Lady Macbeth 2, Ananya Dahal. Point. Overall management, not me, they. I wanted to manage them as thing. They wanted to manage them for weeks, but how the things happened, they actually managed me for long 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks. They tolerated everything, my rudeness, my rudeness, everything. And probably I was rude. That's why today we are all Macbeths. Thank you for watching. We request, dear audience, we request our Associate Dean, Ma'am Miss Manisha Thakuri, to convey her reflections. After ma'am is done, then I'll be requesting Tanushree ma'am also, the head of the department, say something if you want. Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you. And then